They say silence is safer than confession, but I learned the hard way that silence can haunt you louder than any truth. This is the story of how 100 unsent love letters almost destroyed me, and how, in the most unexpected way, they finally found their way into the world. I wrote you 100 letters, each one soaked with the weight of words I could never speak. Every night, after working my shift at the diner on Route 66, I'd come home to my tiny one-bedroom apartment, pull out a pen, and write to you. Sometimes they were long, spilling across pages. Other times, just a few words, "I miss you." Or "if only you knew." Every night, I sealed them, tucked them into an old shoebox beneath my bed, and told myself that tomorrow would be the day I'd finally hand you one. But tomorrow never came. You were my best friend. We grew up in the same small Midwestern town, the kind where Friday night football was the closest thing to magic. You were the quarterback, all light and fire, and I was the one in the bleachers, clutching notebooks and hiding poems about you between pages of Shakespeare. We drove the back roads in your old Ford truck, windows down, country music humming through static. America, wide and endless, stretched before us, and still, I couldn't say the words. Then came the wedding. Your wedding. The church on Indiana Avenue was packed with family and friends, rows of pews decorated with white roses and ribbons. Everyone was beaming, everyone except me. I sat in the back row, suit choking me, the shoebox of letters heavy in my lap. Each envelope cut like glass against my fingers, a reminder of everything I never dared to give you. I thought, maybe I'll slip one into your hand. Maybe as you walk past. Maybe as you say your vows. Maybe, but my courage drowned under the sound of the organ, and you walked down the aisle, hand in hand with someone else. That should have been the end of my story, me, the fool in the back pew, suffocating on silence. But fate is cruel and stranger than fiction. Because after the vows, after the kiss, there was a reception in the town's community hall. String lights draped across the ceiling, country songs and classic American rock spilling from the speakers. People danced, laughed, clinked glasses. And that's when it happened. Your little sister Emily found the shoebox. I'd set it down near the gift table, trying to keep it out of sight. But kids are curious, and Emily, wide-eyed, innocent, thought it was part of the wedding gifts. She pulled it open in front of everyone. One by one, my secrets spilled out across the table, 100 envelopes with your name written in trembling ink. Gasps spread like wildfire. Someone picked one up and read aloud, "You are the reason I believe in forever." My heart stopped. The room spun. And then silence. 100 eyes turned to me. You picked up a letter yourself. Your hand shook as you tore it open. You read in silence. Then another. And another. Each word hit the air like thunder. Finally, you looked at me and asked, "Why didn't you tell me?" Time froze. The music died. Every laugh, every clink of glass, every shuffle of feet, gone. It was just us. Because I was afraid, I said. Afraid of ruining what we had. Afraid of losing you. Afraid that I wasn't enough. The hall was silent. Then your new husband Michael stepped forward. I braced myself for a punch, a scream, something violent. But instead, he said something I never expected: "She deserves honesty." Both of us do. That night, the reception never recovered its laughter. The air was too heavy. But later, after the guests drifted home, after the lights dimmed and the tables emptied, you found me outside by the parking lot. The shoebox was clutched in your arms. You looked at me not as a bride, not as someone's wife, but as the girl who once drove me down back roads at midnight, windows down, laughing into the wind. "I loved you too," you said. But you never said it, and I couldn't wait forever. My chest split open with regret. I wanted to scream, to beg, to ask you to choose me now, but the gold band on your finger glinted under the streetlight, and I knew it was too late. Or so I thought. Because a month later, just when I had forced myself back into silence, you showed up at my door. Hair messy, mascara streaked, suitcase in hand. "I read them all," you said. All 100 letters. and I realized I married the wrong person. But here's the twist you won't expect. I didn't take you in. Not right away. Because love isn't just about timing. It's about courage. And I had wasted every ounce of mine in silence. If you want this, I told you, then you'll have to prove it. You'll have to fight for me, the way I should have fought for you. And then I closed the door. That was the last time I saw you. Maybe you stayed. Maybe you left. But the truth is, those 100 letters weren't wasted. Because in the end, they taught me the most painful lesson of all: silence is its own kind of betrayal. And if you love someone, you have to speak before it's too late. If this story made you think of the words you've left unsaid, don't just sit there in silence. Say them. Write them. Live them. Because tomorrow doesn't always come. And if you want to hear more stories like this, subscribe, like this video, and let me know in the comments, what would you have done with those 100 letters?